Au Québec, lors d'un covoiturage, la conductrice nous parle d'un lieu où elle a vécu. Un village au bord de la banquise. La capitale mondiale des ours polaires, Churchill, Manitoba. Les ours sont devenus la principale attraction de la ville. Et elle nous raconte qu'il y a parfois des attaques sur les humains. Dans ces cas-là, les ours sont systématiquement tués. On apprend qu'en 2013, un homme s'est fait attaquer, Garrett Colson. Alors qu'il sortait d'un bar, un ours l'a pourchassé puis mordu. Garrett s'en est sorti. Et le lendemain, les autorités ont capturé l'auteur présumé de l'attaque. Alors qu'il devait être abattu, l'ours polaire a finalement été envoyé dans un zoo, à Winnipeg, 2000 km plus au sud. Cet ours a été nommé Storm. On a voulu rencontrer Storm. Après avoir payé 24 $ l'entrée du zoo, on est resté scotché devant la mise en scène. Les ours nageaient gracieusement dans la piscine de leur enclos. On n'arrivait pas à identifier Storm. Une bénévole a fini par nous guider.
I wouldn't be able to tell you the whole story. I just know that he came from Churchill and he had been involved in an altercation in the town site of Churchill. So he came to our zoo and he's been a very popular bear. Everybody loves Storm. He's quite charming.
Storm était là, dans l'enclos, et jouait à se battre avec Baffin. Impressionné, on est resté longtemps à les regarder. On avait vu des images d'ours polaires qui chassaient sur la banquise et mangeaient du phoque. Mais comment un ours comme Storm, qui n'est pas né en captivité, qui avait connu la glace et la toundra, pouvait se retrouver dans un zoo ? Le passé de Storm nous intriguait. Alors on est parti à Churchill, sur ses traces.
Polar bears here are valuable. They represent strength, but they also represent freedom because, you know, this is their territory. We're just here. And they tend to be wherever they want to be and do what they want to do. I mean, because what are we to say about that? I'm walking to the edge, I always expect the bear to be looking up at us, but not. Yeah.
It's a nice land.
Yeah, I never get tired of coming here to look at this because it's such a beautiful spot, nice and high. You can build a house on top of here like someone had over there, that A-frame. But it's a perfect location. But you have to be aware that, you know, this is bear territory too, so they make their rounds coming through here, so don't be surprised if they come knocking at your door. I guess they have every right to.
Churchill River, which is a tremendous river, empties into the Hudson Bay, and then you have a big influx of fresh water. It freezes quicker than any other place along the Hudson Bay coast. So that was a favorite place for bears to come towards because they could get out to hunt seals at that point along the coast.
Storm est né dans les étendues immenses de l'Arctique. Probablement dans la toundra, près des mélèzes gelées. Un jeune parmi les ours de la baie d'Hudson. Un ours qui a donc connu les tanières, l'apprentissage, la chasse, qui piste ses proies, marche des centaines de kilomètres sur la glace, dans le silence de l'Arctique.
I call it the business of polar bears. That's all of a sudden, after 10 or 15 years of tourists coming to town, everybody wanted to get in on the game. So you have these 18, 20 huge diesel buggies spewing carbon monoxide all over the atmosphere as they go out to watch bears daily, and people fly in from all over the world. These buggy camps and the buggies themselves, they would have barbecues on the back of the buggy where they would cook fish all day long under the premise that, you know, they're fitting it to their clients, but in fact what they were doing, they were attracting the bears to where the buggy camp was.
That polar bears are around this area are becoming accustomed to the sound of the buggies and the helicopters and so, you know, and so there's so many people on the buggies taking their pictures. You know, they just see so many people out on the land, and then so when they come into the community, they think, oh, it's okay, you know.
Ruban adhésif de hockey, morceaux de siège de motoneige, sac en plastique et carte à puce de téléphone. C'était ce que le zoo avait trouvé dans les premières déjections de Storm d'après une employée.
Now we're getting bears coming into this community, and now we've got ourselves an issue. They're congregating at the local landfill. You know, they're coming through the community. And I recall those years because they were shooting upwards of 20 to 22, 25 bears because there was no program. There was no way of managing bears. So they shot them.
we sent a letter to every resident in Churchill. I sent a letter to asking for their suggestions, their ideas, their concerns about the polar bear problem as it was in Churchill. As somebody said, to build a fence all the way around the town. One suggestion was to kill a bunch of whales in the river and make a pile of whales somewhere outside of the town so that the polar bears are attracted to where the whales were, the dead whales were, to eat them and they wouldn't come into town.
Finalement, il a été décidé de créer une structure d'enfermement.
Some people nickname it the polar bear jail.
Polar bear jail, yeah. Yeah.
You think it's a...
It looks like a jail. It was a concept, sort of like a zoo concept in a way, but it was an enclosure and one that was safe for bears and people.
Au matin du 10 septembre 2013, tout le monde à Churchill parle de l'attaque de Garrett Colson. Storm est placé au centre de détention pour ours polaires. Les agents de conservation attribuent au détenu un numéro, X17544, et l'identifient comme un mâle âgé de 2 ans. Le suspect est présenté à Garrett Colson, qui reconnaît son agresseur. Parce qu'il a mordu un homme, Storm est condamné à mort. Le gardien tend une arme à feu à la victime. Tu veux le faire toi-même ?
They gave me the option of being able to put that bear down myself, or I could be there to witness it when they were going to do it. And then I had asked as a third option if they would be okay if there's any way that they can maybe save this bear and put it into a zoo or into a facility of some sort there where people can learn from the bear.
À Winnipeg, le zoo s'apprête justement à inaugurer un nouvel enclos. Et il cherche des ours polaires pour le peupler. Or, la loi canadienne interdit le prélèvement d'ours adultes. Le ministre des Ressources naturelles saisit l'affaire. Il envoie sur place le directeur de la conservation.
So this is the field where the sharp-tailed grouse, they'll come and they'll dance. The males will compete, but I don't see them here this morning. They may be already finished. And my first encounter with Storm was, I guess I was quite impressed with the fact that this bear was not overly aggressive. It wasn't reaching out or demonstrating any kind of abnormal aggressive behavior. So that was a plus. But sadly, we couldn't release the bear. And we had to make a decision whether or not to euthanize it as a result of the encounter it had with a human, actually biting a human, and either euthanizing it or sending it to the zoo for captivity. And that's the decision that was made in the end.
Pendant que Storm purge sa peine en prison, le ministre change la loi. Storm est alors gracié. Il est bon pour le zoo. C'est à cette époque que les enfants de l'école de Churchill le baptisent Storm en l'honneur de la mascotte de leur équipe sportive. Storm prend un aller simple pour Winnipeg, billet gratuit, place en soute.
So the bears are on this side, and the seals are on the other side of the window. And the bears try to eat the seals, but they can't get them. But they never give up trying.
Maybe we should go find Storm.
Okay, well, let's go outside then. Well, there's two bears. Yay! Oh, look. Okay, we have two bears here. Look at it. This might be Storm. It's so big. Hey, pet you? Look at how big their noses are. Aren't they beautiful? And then there's another one in the back. He's sleeping. They're very, very intelligent animals.
So do you think that's Storm?
Well, Storm is our biggest one. And, you know, in all honesty, I'm only guessing, so I wouldn't want to tell you it's Storm and then it isn't, because I don't know. There's another really big one over there, sleeping. So this part is made to look like the town of Churchill. So you can see the helicopter, the boats, the snowmobiles. This is what the town of Churchill looks like. We even have the trap that's used to catch polar bears when they come into town. So that's just right over there. Hi, good morning.
Hi.
You see some bears?
Take a picture of a tourist from Vancouver.
You're here for the bears?
Sorry?
You're here to watch the bears?
I saw the bears. Three of them walked by, one close by, one in the middle, and one up above. just paraded by for my benefit. It was wonderful.
Oh,
And they're so big.
that's what we pay them the big bucks for.
That's right.
They're movie stars.
Yeah.
Oh, they are.
There you go.
The whole south wall of the restaurant is all glass, and the bears come right up to the glass and see the people inside. Put on a good show. Order 178. Order 184. Order 184. I'm just going to move my stroller out of your way.
Ça fait maintenant 10 ans que Storm est au zoo. Il est le doyen de la communauté des ours. Depuis sa colline, il voit défiler des milliers de visages. Storm suit depuis 5 ans un traitement contre l'arthrose. Il arrive qu'on le voit boiter dans son enclos. Mais on le reconnaît surtout à la taille massive de ses pattes et aux cicatrices au-dessus de sa paupière, sur son nez, comme des grains de beauté. De l'autre côté des vitres, des bénévoles font la connexion avec le public.
Storm was one of the first polar bears that we had at the Assiniboine Park Zoo. His history up in Churchill, in that area, he had a human encounter.
Richard from Sean.
Go ahead, John.
Hi, Richard. I just talked to Laurence and she's okay with you talking to them, but she would prefer to come over first and have a discussion with them simply because this wasn't part of an agreement. So she's going to walk over in about 15 minutes, so if you can tell them to hold on, and then she'll come have a chat, and you guys can proceed.
Okay, I understand that. I have to be at the horse barn in about 10
Somebody
minutes.
else to the horse barn, okay, to cover for that, and then you can proceed with the interview.
All right, thanks. I'll just wait here for her then. You guys heard that? Sorry.
If there's a question that you're, like, you just don't feel like have enough found or whatever, then that's fine. Let's let them know.
Okay, go on.
Okay, I've been here at the zoo for a number of years, and I was here when Storm first arrived to be part of our group of polar bears. And the purpose really of the volunteer here is to help people understand polar bears, the conservation of polar bears, the work that's being done at the Conservation Center on polar bears, and the importance of protecting polar bear habitat. The polar bears are the ambassadors for the wild polar bears to give people a better understanding of
of the polar bear, and for us, an opportunity for us to provide some information that maybe our visitors didn't have before. Anything else that you want to know?
Des espèces iconiques, mais aussi des figures iconiques, comme Storm, deviennent des sortes d'ambassadeurs de leur espèce qui, par leur seule vision et par un travail d'éducation fait autour, devraient encourager les humains qui les visitent à changer tout à fait leur mode de vie et leur comportement pour faire plus de place aux animaux. Est-ce que les visiteurs de zoos changent de mode de vie après avoir visité des zoos, remettent en question leur mode de vie consumériste, leur empreinte environnementale?
Comparés aux autres résidents, les ours polaires sont en quelque sorte les VIP du zoo.
Attention, mesdames et messieurs, le zoo ferme à l'époque à 17h. Attention zoo visitors, the zoo will be closing at 5 p.m. We hope you enjoyed your visit. By the wild things gift shop on your way out for the perfect keepsake to remember your visit. Did you know you can turn your vision into the Citywide Park and Zoo membership? Ask one of our visitor services representatives today on how you can enjoy unlimited zoo visits, discounts, and more.
La dernière fois qu'on avait vu Storm, c'était il y a 1 an et demi. Aujourd'hui, nous n'avons plus l'impression de voir le même ours. C'est peut-être parce que ses compagnons Siku et Baffin ont été depuis transférés dans un autre zoo, ou bien parce que son amie Aurora est morte pendant une anesthésie. Les murs sont exactement les mêmes, mais la communauté des captifs a changé. De 9 ours, il n'en reste plus que 5, tous originaires de Churchill. Il y a Willow, Casca, York, Star et donc Storm.
Les ours polaires, historiquement, c'est une des espèces les plus compliquées à garder en captivité. Une des possibilités qui est choisie, c'est celle de leur donner une vie sociale en mettant plusieurs individus par enclos. Mais cette structure sociale-là, ce n'est pas la structure sociale des ours polaires. Et puis une des autres possibilités qui est très pratiquée en zoo dans la seconde moitié du XXe siècle, c'est la mutilation et notamment la castration des mâles pour adoucir les comportements.
Durant notre enquête, nous sommes allés dans d'autres zoos pour voir des ours polaires, à Québec et en France.
Les comportements stéréotypiques qui traversent l'histoire des ours polaires dans les eaux, ce sont des manifestations extrêmes d'altération mentale dont la plupart des animaux ne reviennent pas. Donc il y a un enfermement dans une sorte de folie pour essayer de gérer la captivité en l'enrichissant soi-même finalement, qui est une extrémité. Les mutilations des animaux dans les jardins zoologiques, c'est une extrémité. Donc finalement, une des difficultés aussi de cette mainmise, c'est qu'on ne se rend compte de ce qu'elle implique pour les animaux que dans des cas absolument extrêmes.
You don't save an animal by taking it out of the wild and putting it in a cage for the rest of its life, and especially into a cage where it's not able to engage in the movements, activities and behaviors that it would do in the course of its normal life in the wild. That's not saving an animal. That's using an animal for a purpose, whether it's display or income generation or whatever, that's of value to people. I wasn't impressed by Journey to Churchill. I felt that it looked a lot like a movie set, all the molded concrete and the fake village and, you know, all of those kinds of things. It really did make me think that this was more like a movie set than anything for animals, and also that it was built primarily for people and not for the animals themselves.
We did not believe there were any zoos anywhere really that could provide the kind of living situation for a polar bear that would be acceptable, because you'd need to have massive, massive space. And if you had, you know, thousands of acres or hundreds of acres for the bears to roam in, it wouldn't be good for the zoo because people wouldn't be able to see the bears. They'd probably all be hiding far away.
Storm est maintenant pensionnaire d'un parc d'attractions. Avec sa petite routine, sa gymnastique, ses repas à heure fixe et ses horaires de représentation. Mais en réalité, c'est plutôt Willow qui fait le show. Depuis qu'il est là, Storm mange bien plus de légumes. Au menu, patates douces, carottes et pour Halloween, citrouilles.
Zoo exhibits these days are massively expensive. Any of the flagship exhibits that are being built now in zoos, even small zoos, range from the low millions to sometimes in the hundreds of millions of dollars.
Un zoo, même très populaire, qui fonctionne très bien, comme le zoo de Londres, a connu des problèmes financiers immenses dans les années 90 et a été sauvé à coup de subsides de millions de livres et de subsides privés. Ce sont des institutions qui, économiquement, ne sont pas viables et qui sont payées par les contribuables, en partie par des subsides régionaux, nationaux, municipaux, absolument énormes.
Yeah, so We know Storm was born in 2010. We can match to look for parents. So his dad was born in 1999, and the last time it was captured was in 2001. All this data is from like 2019-ish, so the field crews may have captured him after this, but and then his mom was born in 2001, and the last capture was in 2003. In Western Hudson's Bay, there's been research on polar bears probably for the last 40 years. So there's this incredibly long record of working with that wild population.
The Churchill population of bears, the Western Hudson Bay population, is the most studied population of bears anywhere in the world, 10, 20, 30 times over. These bears have been darted by helicopter, and they've been milked, and they've been shaved, and they've been plucked, and anal thermometers stuck up their rear, and everything they can do to the animal they do.
This is a collaboration with Polar Bears International. They had developed a number of different new satellite tags. So normally there's like these satellite tags that last about 3 months, and they'll put them in as ear tags in polar bears. But they're looking at ways that you can just attach them to the fur. So a number of zoos throughout North America were trying different types and styles of these satellite tags.
Le zoo n'est plus un endroit clos qui essaye de rendre compte du monde entier, mais le zoo s'exporte de plus en plus dans les milieux des animaux eux-mêmes. Et donc le monde est en train de devenir une sorte de zoo géant, où les animaux, en particulier les animaux menacés, ont un nom, sont connus, suivis, gérés par les humains, peuvent être transférés d'un endroit à l'autre, peuvent être aidés éventuellement, peuvent être surveillés et contrôlés. Donc cette idée de contrôle qui est inhérente au zoo, loin d'être en recul, elle est en train d'être étendue bien au-delà des portes des zoos, à travers les programmes de conservation.
They can make the prison look really beautiful, but it's still a prison. Yeah. Nah, zoos suck. So I have no desire to be in one. They should be out here, well, wherever here is. At least they have a better chance out here than they do in the zoo. Well, you're fed, what, once, twice a day? Or every second day, I don't know how it works.
Le zoo, donc, qui naît à la fin du 19e siècle, est une institution qui se nourrit de la conquête coloniale, c'est-à-dire que les principaux zoos naissent à la fin du 19e siècle en Amérique pour protéger des espèces animales qui ont été détruites par l'avancée coloniale, comme le bison, avec cette idée d'offrir un dernier refuge, mais replié sur lui-même et qui conserve ces espèces comme témoins de la frontière disparue, sans empiéter sur le développement économique. Donc des espèces de poches de conservation. Donc le zoo est intimement lié à cet idéal de conquête.
I don't go to the Winnipeg Zoo for the, you know, like what, like so many animals captured in there that's making them like it's causing mentalness in the animals that are, you know, that are held, they're held captive there. That is so disrespectful, you know, especially knowing that each group of people from on this universe had some kind of connection to whatever animal that was in their area and that has helped them survive, you know, and then to enclose them in a zoo, that is so disrespectful, you know. The polar bear still helps the Inuits survive up north, you know. It's their food, it's their clothing too. And so those kind of things, I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Onze ans après ce soir de septembre, qui a changé la vie de Storm à jamais, nous sommes retournés au zoo avec Garrett.
You must be Garrett.
I am. Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Welcome to the zoo.
Yeah, thanks very much.
What do you see?
Which one is he?
He's the one on top of the hill to the left. He's looking up right now.
Oh, the one that's laying down?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's up on the top of the hill over here. Yes, this is a documentary and not a Hollywood production. We can't go, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It's actually him after all these years. Does he still remember me? I don't know. Is he pissed off at me? Yes. He turned, I ran sort of around the corner of the building, and then I was able to get away that way, so I was lucky.
Yeah, but it seems really scary.
Yeah. Yeah, at the time. Oh, yeah. Oh, I was screaming, I'll tell you. But there was no one around. That was the thing, right? I was screaming, but no one could hear me, so, yeah.
but. All right, bud. Storm, up. All right. We'll work on that as a claw. Oh no, did he? Oh, these fine.
Le destin de Storm est semblable à celui de milliers d'animaux. Aujourd'hui, qu'il soit né en captivité ou non, environ un ours polaire sur 100 est enfermé dans un zoo.